Do you ever wake up and the first thing you reach for is your phone, like a reflex? Have you ever felt that flutter, almost like your stomach dropped, if you see a notification trickle in late at night? And if it doesn't, do you lie there wondering, what if someone saw me and thought I didn't matter? Let me level with you. Something about social media makes us feel seen, makes us feel connected, but sometimes it leaves us feeling invisible, anxious, restless. And maybe, just maybe, it's not harmless scrolling. What if it's changing how we think, sleep, even see ourselves? Today I want to really talk with you. No lectures, just us, unpacking how social media is messing with our minds, our hearts, our days. Because this isn't just digital noise, it's our lives we're living through screens. You and I, we grew up alongside these platforms. We posted silly dance videos, shared memes, laughed at inside jokes. It felt fun. But then I started noticing that funny feeling of comparison, the low-key guilt of not posting enough, the shadows of insecurity each time the screen lit up. And I wondered, why am I being regulated by a little red badge or a green bubble? You might have felt it too, a skip in your breath when someone else's story seems better than your normal day, when your real life starts feeling like a less polished version. I heard of nearly half of adult users reporting increased anxiety or depression after logging in, and among teens, nearly 1 in 10 reported suicidal thoughts tied to cell phone addiction. Those are not just statistics. They're us, someone we know, sometimes us inside. This is not a judgment, more like a wake-up call. Let's gently unearth what's happening in our heads, our hearts, and our routines. We'll laugh, we'll feel raw. Maybe by the end we'll feel less alone and more hopeful. Ever felt that quick rush when you see a like pop up? It's real. It's literally dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. Platforms are engineered for it, delivering micro hits of pleasure with every red dot or chime. And like anything that pulls on those pleasure pathways, it can hijack us. Studies find teens especially sensitive. Endless scrolling, algorithmic feeds, and streak systems, like Snapchat streaks, build compulsion. Break one, anxiety sets in. It becomes less social connection and more digital addiction. And the more we chase that dopamine, the more empty it feels. I've felt it. I post expecting connection, I scroll expecting joy, and I end up alone with my reflection. If you've scrolled into the early hours in bed, under sheets, right? That's me too. But between the blue light and that pulse of content, your brain forgets it's supposed to be winding down. And next thing, morning is a haze. A beautiful 6-year study of 9 to 10-year-olds found those with high digital addiction more likely to report suicidal thoughts. And half the group already struggled emotionally. Another study with middle schoolers showed social media-triggered disrupted sleep directly harmed grades and increased emotional burnout. College-age students, like us, show poor sleep mediates 53% of the harm to academic performance. Imagine extra scrolling costing you sleep, costing you grades, costing you emotional resilience. That's not just scrolling, that's self-sabotage. You know that feeling when you try to read or work, but your brain keeps pinging you back to the screen? That's not weakness, it's by design. A 2024 study of students who regularly watch short-form videos found their attention spans shortened, reaction times slowed, and GPA dipped, a stark result of media. In Dutch schools, banning phones boosted concentration in 75% of classrooms, leading to improved grades and a calmer environment. It's simple. Distractions distort your capacity to think, so if you feel mentally foggy, miss details, overlook softeners in conversations, it might not be you. It might be what you scroll. Paradoxically, being surrounded by countless connections can feel infinitely lonely. 64% of users say social media makes them feel more isolated. It's like shouting in a stadium and hearing only your echo. When everyone's post is polished, fun, and curated, you begin to filter your own life in comparison, thinking you're less funny, less exciting, less lovable. Where's the realness? Where's the vulnerability? And what does that leave us with in the quiet moments? This section's weight is heavy, but real. There's evidence linking compulsive social media to depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation. Nearly half of 9-10-year-olds fell into addictive patterns, and that group had exponentially higher risk for suicidal behavior. The tragedy of Anna, a teenager who took her life after endless social media exposure, isn't just story news. It's a reflection of how deep the wound goes. Bullying doesn't quit, it just moves screens. Online cruelty doubles risk of self-harm. Selfie filters create ideals that wreck self-image, and 60% of young women admit feeling upset. Their real faces don't match the filtered ones. And let's be clear, it's not just teens. Adults, including us, experience loneliness, anxiety. This is not trivial news. It's human news. Who hasn't done it? Scrolled headline after headline, video after creepy video, feeling worse and more helpless with each swipe? Then that's doomscrolling, soaking in negativity even when it makes us anxious. A quick study at Sussex University found that just 3 minutes of negative content late at night raised feelings of anxiety and sadness by 27% later. That's a potent unseen impact on your mood, your relationships, your day. You know, the weird thing is, I don't think we ever planned for it to get this far. None of us signed up thinking, oh, hey, I'd love to feel empty after a scroll, or, yeah, let me get addicted to watching other people live while I sit in my room. It just happened. Slowly, quietly, like boiling water around a frog. We didn't even realize how much it was changing us. I've asked myself this question so many times. Is it me? Am I the problem, or is it the way these apps are designed? And honestly, I think it's both. The apps are made to pull us in, to distract us, to make us chase likes like they're oxygen. But we also keep going back, sometimes out of boredom, sometimes out of fear we're missing something, and I get it. I really, really do. Because even when I know it's messing with my head, I still catch myself refreshing that feed, waiting for someone to say something, to validate me, to remind me I exist. And I hate admitting that. But maybe that's the first step. Just being honest. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you scrolled and felt genuinely better afterwards, like deep inside? Not just entertained, not just distracted, but better? Because if it's not making us better, then why are we letting it take so much from us? What if we started asking different questions? Not how many views did I get, or why didn't they like my post, but more like, did I enjoy my day? Did I speak kindly to myself today? What if we started defining our worth outside the algorithm? I know it's hard to pull away. It feels like everyone's living there. Like if you leave, you disappear. But maybe disappearing from the noise is how we actually find ourselves again. You don't have to go cold turkey. This isn't one of those delete everything now speeches. I'm not even sure that works long term, but maybe, just maybe, we start noticing. Noticing when the scroll becomes self-sabotage. Noticing when the dopamine hit doesn't actually hit. Noticing that little ache when you compare your life to someone else's carefully edited highlight reel. And when we notice, we can choose. We can breathe. We can pause. Because this isn't about fighting social media, it's about not losing ourselves in it. It's about reclaiming our attention, our time, our peace. You're not weak for getting pulled in, you're human, but you're also powerful enough to draw a line. So what would it feel like to take back just a little piece of your day today? Not for content, not for clout, just for you. A moment without a filter, a breath without a notification, a night of sleep where your brain isn't racing through someone else's life. Because at the end of the day, the most important story you'll ever tell isn't a reel or a tweet, it's the one you live. And you deserve to live it fully. If you're still here with me, thank you. Really, thank you. I know this wasn't just another fun scroll, it was a bit heavier, a bit more real. But maybe that's what we need more of, and something that makes us pause and actually feel. If anything I said tonight made you think or hit a nerve or reminded you that you're not alone, then I hope you'll stick around. Because I want to keep having these conversations. The kind that don't just fill time, but mean something. So if you felt this, leave a comment. Tell me how social media has been showing up in your life lately, or what you're planning to do differently now. Or even just say, I needed this. And if you know someone who's been feeling the same way, lost in the scroll, overwhelmed, tired, send them this. Sometimes we just need someone to say, hey, I see you, I feel this too. And hey, if you're up for it, hit subscribe, but not because I told you to. Do it because you want more of this. A space that feels a little more like truth and a little less like noise. You don't have to figure it all out tonight. But you took a step, and maybe, just maybe, that's where things start to shift. I'm proud of you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.